If I had to recommend top 5 essential dietary strategies to support and maximize erectile function, these would be at the top of my list. If you're curious about how what you eat directly impacts your sexual health, and how simple nutrition changes can lead to profound improvements, then you're in the right place. In this video, we're going to explore the connection between the foods you choose and the health of your most important organ. Yes, your penis. Because without this organ, man is not a man. So keeping that in mind, I'm going to reveal the 5 most important foods scientifically proven to enhance blood flow, protect your testosterone levels, and restore your vitality from the inside out. This isn't just about sex. This is your cardiovascular health, your hormones, your manhood. You can regain control. Stick with me to the end, and you'll walk away not only with the knowledge, but with real, practical tools to take your bedroom performance, your confidence, and your health to a whole new level. Erectile dysfunction, medically speaking, is not just a problem affecting your sex life. It is a vascular condition, often a precursor to cardiovascular disease. Erectile tissues are filled with micro blood vessels that are narrower than coronary arteries. That means any disruption in blood flow, whether through inflammation, oxidized cholesterol, or endothelial dysfunction, will first show up in the form of reduced rigidity, poor stamina, or inability to achieve or maintain an erection. And this isn't theoretical. Research consistently confirms that erectile dysfunction can be an early marker for systemic vascular disease. That's why I and many of my colleagues refer to the penis as a barometer of heart health. But, and this is essential, the situation is anything but hopeless. Lifestyle, and particularly nutrition, plays a powerful role in reversing and preventing these changes. Scientific literature continues to validate food as medicine, with certain dietary patterns linked to improved endothelial function, hormone regulation, and lower rates of sexual dysfunction. Number 5 on the list is berries, especially blueberries and pomegranates. Berries offer a 2-pronged benefit for erectile function, vascular protection, and acute circulatory enhancement. They are rich in flavonoids, especially anthocyanins, which clinical studies associate with a reduced risk of erectile dysfunction due to their strong antioxidant and anti-inflammatory activity. A 2016 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that men with higher intake of certain flavonoids had a 14% lower risk of developing erectile issues. When combined with regular exercise, the risk reduction was cumulative. Blueberries, pomegranates, and citrus fruits have also been shown to improve microvascular circulation, which is crucial because the penile vasculature is primarily composed of small arteries, often the first to show signs of atherosclerotic stress. Pomegranate juice, notably, has demonstrated potential in enhancing intracavernosal blood flow in both animal models and human studies. Its high content of L-glutathione and polyphenols also plays a role in reducing arterial plaque and increasing serum nitric oxide levels. In addition, berries support testicular function indirectly due to their antioxidant protection against oxidative stress, which is a known disruptor of Leydig cell function and testosterone production. Next, let me introduce another powerhouse food that directly supports both vascular performance and testosterone production. 2 pillars of a strong, sustainable erection: fatty fish. When we talk about foods that support male sexual health, fatty fish like wild salmon, sardines, mackerel, anchovies, and trout belong at the top of that list, and here's why. First, fatty fish are one of the richest dietary sources of omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA. These are not just good fats. They are essential vascular protectors. Omega-3s reduce systemic inflammation, which is a silent destroyer of blood vessels. They also help lower triglyceride levels, decrease arterial stiffness, and improve overall vascular elasticity, which, as you've learned, is crucial for erectile function. A strong erection relies on healthy, responsive blood vessels. Omega-3s help ensure that blood can flow freely and efficiently into the erectile tissue, the corpora cavernosa, when arousal occurs. Without a reliable supply of nutrient-dense blood, erections become weaker and less predictable. But that's not all. Fatty fish also support testosterone production. Thanks in part to their high content of vitamin D, zinc, and healthy cholesterol, the foundational raw material needed for testosterone synthesis. Low testosterone doesn't only affect libido. It can contribute to fatigue, decreased erections, poor mood, and even sarcopenia, muscle loss. Emerging clinical data is linking low vitamin D levels with reduced testosterone, and both are independently associated with erectile dysfunction. Just 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week can raise vitamin D levels to optimal range naturally. This is especially important in men who live in low sunlight regions. Additionally, a meta-analysis published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that omega-3 fatty acid intake correlates with improved endothelial health and lower incidence of ED in men with cardiovascular risk factors. Number 3 on the list is meat. Yes, you heard that right, but there is a catch. It's actually the smarter way to eat meat. Let's be clear. I'm not here to tell you to eliminate meat. I understand the cultural, nutritional, and emotional connections men have with their protein. But what I am here to do is help you make meat work for you, not against you. Here's the science. Highly processed meats, sausages, hot dogs, deli meats, have been shown to increase the risk of erectile dysfunction due to their high saturated fat content, harmful nitrates, and pro-inflammatory compounds. These substances contribute to endothelial damage, reduce nitric oxide production, and raise your heart disease risk, factors that directly impair erectile function. But fresh, unprocessed meat in moderation? That's a different picture. The real issue isn't meat itself, it's frequency and quality. If meat dominates your plate daily, it pushes out the foods that support your vascular system. But if you let meat play the supporting role and lay a foundation of vegetables and olive oil, then you optimize both nutrition and function. A strong rule of thumb: let 2/3 of your plate come from plant-based sources and let meat be the complement, not the main attraction. Choose lean cuts, grass-fed when possible, and avoid frying. For better results, always pair meat with antioxidant-rich vegetables and healthy fats like extra virgin olive oil. This combination helps offset some of the oxidative stress triggered by meat digestion and allows your body to process it in a healthier, vascular-friendly way. Second on the list is extra virgin olive oil. Few men know this, and no doctor will tell you this. It's literally your vascular system's natural lubricant. Imagine your circulatory system as a complex network of flexible tubes. Just like a car engine performs best with high-quality motor oil, your blood vessels function optimally when supported by the right type of fat. And no fat has been studied or praised more in this regard than extra virgin olive oil. Olive oil is a foundational element of the Mediterranean diet, consistently recognized in large-scale meta-analyses as the most heart and sex health supportive way of eating. It dramatically reduces systemic inflammation, improves cholesterol profiles, and most importantly for erections, boosts nitric oxide availability, a compound your body critically relies on to dilate blood vessels. Here's the key. When your endothelium, the inner lining of the arteries, is damaged by poor diet, smoking, or inflammation, nitric oxide production drops. Without nitric oxide, erections simply don't happen. Medications like sildenafil, Viagra, work by enhancing this pathway artificially, but olive oil supports it naturally, improving blood vessel flexibility and integrity over time. In plain terms, think of extra virgin olive oil as helping your blood vessels remain elastic, open, and responsive, which is exactly what you want for an erection that is strong, reliable, and sustainable. But be mindful, not all oils are equal. Butter, margarine, processed seed oils, they simply don't offer these protective benefits. Even other forms of olive oil that are highly refined lose many of the compounds that make extra virgin olive oil extraordinary. Stick to cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil and use it generously as your primary source of dietary fat. So, according to me and my research, leafy greens, especially arugula and spinach, are the winners. Most men underestimate the immense power that vegetables, fruits, legumes, nuts, and seeds have on their vitality, not just system-wide, but sexually. If olive oil is the lubricant, plant foods are the builders and protectors of your entire vascular system. A landmark meta-analysis including over 27,000 men found that men who followed a predominantly plant-based or Mediterranean-style eating pattern had up to 30% lower risk for erectile dysfunction. That's not marketing. That is real, peer-reviewed science. Plants contain nitrates, antioxidants, and flavonoids, a combination that enhances blood flow, protects against oxidative stress, and improves the elasticity of blood vessels. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and arugula supply dietary nitrates, which your body converts to nitric oxide, the very molecule necessary for achieving an erection. One thing that I always focus on is maintain a healthy weight. This point cannot be overstated. Excess body fat, particularly around the abdomen, leads to elevated levels of estrogen and inflammation, both of which compromise erectile health. Adipose tissue contains an enzyme called aromatase, which converts testosterone into estrogen. So as weight increases, testosterone availability diminishes, libido declines, and vascular function suffers. Additionally, obesity is closely linked to insulin resistance, high blood pressure, and increased arterial stiffness, all direct contributors to erectile dysfunction. The clinical evidence is striking. Losing as little as 10 to 15 pounds can significantly enhance testosterone levels, improve endothelial function, and restore healthy erections. Think of it as nature's own form of Viagra, without the side effects. And here's the great part. The very foods we've discussed, berries, fatty fish, extra virgin olive oil, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and strategic animal protein, naturally support sustainable fat loss and hormonal balance. They don't just support erections, they support vitality, confidence, and long-term health. So, if you're ready to take control of your health, I challenge you. Try these principles for 30 days. Build your meals on olive oil. Pack your plate with color. Treat meat with respect, not as the centerpiece, and get your weight into a healthy range. Your body will respond. Your energy will rise. Your performance, in every sense, will level up. Remember, your sexual health isn't separate from the rest of your health. It's a mirror of it. Nourish it properly, and the rewards are immediate and enduring.